Hey guys, welcome to the channel. So since this is my first video ever, I thought I would just give a quick introduction about who I am and what this channel is about, hopefully what you can get out of this, who it's targeted towards, and really just why I'm doing it. So my name is Jenisha. I'm a recent graduate of UC Berkeley and I'm currently working full-time in the HR field. I wanted this channel to really just be about self-improvement, self-knowledge, productivity, motivational, psychology type of topics. And it's mostly targeted towards students, whether you're in high school, college, for people running their own business, or simply for people who just want to have a more productive lifestyle, because who doesn't want that? So these are all topics, ideas that I come across through books, articles I read, podcasts I listen to, blogs. Actually, I have just recently started a blog and I'm posting weekly about topics, similar to this channel, but also things that go much deeper, questions that are more philosophical as opposed to just psychological, and things that don't really have an answer but that get your mind thinking. You can find the link to that if you're interested down below. Let's go ahead and check that out. Work expands so as to fill the time available for its completion. So let's take an example. Let's say you have an essay due and you're going to be giving yourself 10 hours to complete that essay. Well, you will find that throughout the day, it will eventually take you 10 hours to complete, even though it could have been a 5-hour task where you give yourself, this 10 hours to write this essay, and so you find yourself stretching out tasks or adding in unnecessary tasks in order to fill up that 10 hours and sort of justify that you are working towards this essay. And so you might, for example, open up a textbook and you might decide before actually reading what you need to read which highlighter color you need, and so you'll spend 3 minutes deciding on a highlighter color, and then you finally have that color and you start reading and you're taking notes, and then all of a sudden you realize that you need to read a few different articles in order to find sources for that essay. So then what do? You spend another 5 to 10 minutes deliberating which one you're going to read first, right? Whether you're going to print it out and read it, or should I just read on my computer? And so it's all of these tasks, small tasks, kind of unnecessary and extremely inefficient, sort of just adding up. And so really what Parkinson's law is saying is very similar to the adage, the busiest man is the one with the most time, which seems ironic, but now that I've explained what that actually means, it's actually a concept of time management as opposed to how many things you need to complete or how busy you actually are. Because is it possible that if you had given yourself just 5 hours to write that essay, you would have gotten it done in 5 hours? Of course you would have. And that's pretty much what this principle is saying. It's just a way to properly organize all of the things you need to do, about effective time management, and about efficiently completing what you need to do so that you can actually get more done during the day. Now that we actually know what Parkinson's law is and we know how it affects our lives, now we need to look into how we can actually implement it, right? Because we need effective strategies to actually use so that we can counteract whenever this happens. First one is just give yourself realistic timelines and realistic time sort of slots to complete tasks. So if that essay really would have taken 5 hours, yes, of course, don't go ahead and give yourself 10 hours because as we know, you would use up that full 10 hours, but don't also give yourself 1 hour and complete something that isn't up to par, that isn't as good as you can make it to be, because you're trying to be almost too efficient that it's counterproductive. The second thing is give yourself realistic deadlines. If that essay did, for example, take 5 hours, but you didn't have 5 hours in one day to complete it, but you could manage to break that down into smaller 1 hour increments, then sure, start on Monday, finish on Friday, 1 hour every day. And the third thing, and actually the most important of all of them, and the most important thing in this entire video, is stick to those guidelines and stick to those deadlines. Because what is the point of implementing those sort of things, of planning your week out, of planning a day out, and then not actually sticking to it, and then going off and watching Netflix? I mean, it happens to all of us, and sometimes we just need that sort of mental break. But if it is exam period, if it's something that you have to finish, if the deadline is tomorrow, then you need to stick to your deadlines and stick to the allotted time period that you give yourself so that you can actually be more efficient. And I know it's easier said than done. I've been a student and I actually didn't know about this when I was a student, and I think it would have really helped if I did know, because I find myself falling victim to it even now. But because I've learned about it, because I know about it, I'm more self-aware, and with this knowledge, I know that I can improve. So when I see myself giving myself an hour to do a 30-minute task, I realize, oh, this is Parkinson's law coming into effect. Let me give myself the proper 30 minutes, and then I have 30 minutes to do something that I enjoy for free time or to get a head start on something else. And so what I do hope is that if this happens to you, if time management is an area of your life that you can improve, then I really urge you to remember Parkinson's law and just remember work expands so as to fill the time available for its completion. Alright guys, so that brings us to the end of this video. I really hope you enjoyed that productivity tip, and please be sure to hit the subscribe button. It would mean so much to me. I'm new to this space. I really hope to see you here next time. I wish you all the most productive week ahead. Bye!